Your cat has been leaving you a message every single night, and you have been completely misreading it. Most people look at their cat curled up beside them and think one thing: how cute. But scientists who study animal behavior see something completely different. They see a creature that, by every instinct it was born with, should be hiding alone in the dark right now. Instead, it chose you. And the reason behind that choice, it goes deeper than love, it goes deeper than habit. It reaches all the way back to the oldest survival code written into your cat's DNA. One, the choice that should never make sense. Here's the thing most cat owners never stop to think about: a cat in the wild does not sleep in the open. It does not sleep next to anyone it is not completely certain about. Sleep is the most dangerous thing a predator can do. Every muscle relaxes, every guard drops. One wrong moment, and they are gone. So, wild cats find somewhere hidden, somewhere small, somewhere safe. Your cat has that same wiring. Right now, inside their brain, that ancient alarm system is still fully active. And yet, every night they walk straight past every hidden corner, every dark closet, every warm hollow under the couch, and they come to you. That is not a small thing. That is a choice that defies millions of years of survival instinct. And the only reason a cat overrides that instinct: trust. Not comfort, not habit, pure absolute trust that you will not let anything happen to them while their eyes are closed. Think about that the next time you feel their weight settle against you in the dark. 2, they are rewriting your identity every night. This one surprised even the researchers who discovered it. You already know that cats rub their face on things: your furniture, your legs, the corner of the wall. That is scent marking, and most people understand it as your cat claiming territory. Fine, but here's the part that nobody talks about. When your cat sleeps pressed against your body, hour after hour, night after night, they're not just being near you, they're chemically merging with you. Their scent is weaving into your skin, your scent is absorbing into their fur. By morning, the two of you smell like a single entity. In wild cat colonies, this is how family is defined: not by blood, by scent, a shared communal smell that says, this one is mine, this one is us, this one is safe. When your cat does this with you, they are not making you their territory. They're making you their family. There's a difference, and it matters more than most people realize. This is also why your cat sometimes sniffs you intensely the second you walk through the door. You went somewhere without them, you smell wrong, you are carrying strangers on your skin. And that bedtime session where they press their head into your neck and refuse to let go, part of that is restoration. They're putting you back the way you are supposed to be. 3, they genuinely believe they are protecting you. Pay attention to where your cat positions themselves when they sleep. Do they always end up near your head? Do they stretch across the foot of the bed, facing the door? Do they press their spine against yours like they are forming a barrier between you and the wall? That placement is not random, it is strategic. And if you map it out, you will notice something that might unsettle you a little bit. Your cat has assigned themselves a post. They have looked at the layout of the room, identified the most likely entry points for a threat, and positioned themselves accordingly: the door, the window, the edge of the bed closest to the open space. They are not sleeping there because it is comfortable. They are sleeping there because that is where a guard would stand. Now, will your cat actually stop an intruder? No, almost certainly not, but here's what is genuinely moving about this. They know that too. They know they are small, they know the math does not work in their favor, and they stay anyway, because in their mind, you are theirs to protect, and that is not nothing. 4, every position they sleep in is a sentence. Your cat does not have words, but they have posture, and if you know how to read it, they have been speaking to you every single night. The tight curl, paws tucked in, tail wrapped around the body. This is not just warmth. This is a protective formation, Every vital organ is shielded. Your cat feels safe enough to be near you, but something inside them is still holding on. Maybe a new stress in the house, maybe a change they have not fully processed yet. They're close, but they are not all the way open. The full sprawl, legs out, body loose, maybe even on their back with their belly pointing at the ceiling. This is complete vulnerability on display. The belly is the most sensitive, most dangerous area a cat can expose. When your cat shows it to you, they're telling you something they cannot say. Nothing bad has ever happened to me here. I believe that completely. The back turned, some owners find this insulting. They should not. In cat language, turning your back on someone is a declaration. It says, I do not need to watch you. I already know you are safe. It is one of the highest compliments your cat can give. And then there is the full press. When your cat wedges themselves into you and refuses to leave any space between your bodies at all. That is not clinginess. That is your cat telling you, in the only way they know how, that zero distance feels right. 5. They rewired their entire biology for you. This might be the most remarkable thing on this list, and almost nobody knows it. Cats are not naturally nocturnal, they're crepuscular. That means their bodies are engineered to peak at dawn and dusk, the prime hunting windows their ancestors depended on. Biologically, they should be at their most restless exactly when you are trying to sleep. But here's what researchers found when they studied cats living closely with humans over extended periods. Bonded cats gradually shift their entire sleep and wake cycle to mirror their owner's schedule. They stay awake longer during the day. They sleep more quietly through the night. They show up to greet you right before your alarm goes off, not because they heard it, but because they learned your rhythm so well that they anticipated it. Your cat's internal clock, a system built over thousands of years of evolution, gets rewritten, not because it is natural, not because it is easy, but because being awake when you are awake is worth more to them than following their own biology. Let that land for a second. They did not just learn your schedule, they changed themselves to fit inside your life. 6. They feel your pain before you name it. You've had a terrible day. You have not said anything. You have not cried. You have not even sat down yet. And your cat is already there, pressed against your legs, staring up at you with an expression that somehow feels too knowing. This is not coincidence. This is not some warm, fuzzy idea we tell ourselves. Scientists studying human cat interaction have found that cats are genuinely sensitive to physiological and behavioral changes in the people they are bonded with. When you are stressed, your body releases cortisol, your breathing shortens, your movements shift, your voice changes in ways you do not notice, but your cat absolutely does. Sleeping beside you gives them a direct feed into your emotional state every single night. They learn what your body sounds like when you are okay. They learn what it sounds like when you are not. Heart rate, breath rhythm, restlessness, temperature. Night after night, they're collecting data that most humans could not even articulate. This is why cats become more affectionate when their owners are sick, grieving, or afraid. They're not just being sweet, they're responding to real, measurable signals you are broadcasting without realizing it, and in their own way, they are answering. They are 7. When they stop, they are trying to tell you something urgent. We need to talk about this one carefully because most owners get it wrong. If your cat has slept beside you for months or years and suddenly stops, do not brush it off. Do not tell yourself they are just being moody. Cats are creatures of habit in a way that most people underestimate. When a deep, consistent behavior like this changes, it is almost always a signal. Sometimes it is physical. Pain changes where a cat wants to be. Illness makes them retreat. Older cats, especially, will begin seeking solitude when something is wrong inside their bodies because their instincts tell them that vulnerability needs to be hidden. If your cat has always been a bed companion and suddenly prefers to sleep alone, a visit to the vet is not an overreaction, it is the right call. Sometimes it is environmental, a new pet, a new person in the house, a shift in your schedule that made the bedroom feel different. Cats experience space and routine in ways that are invisible to us, but enormous to them. Something that seems small from where you are standing might feel like a complete upheaval from where they are standing. And sometimes it is emotional. If something frightened them in that room, if conflict happened near that space, if they felt unsafe in a moment you may have already forgotten, they remember. Cats do not hold grudges, but they do remember what hurt, and they will protect themselves quietly, without drama, in the only language they have available. The message is always the same: something changed, and I need you to notice. What this all comes down to. Here's the thing that gets me every time I think about it. Your cat did not have to choose you. They found you in a world full of quiet corners and warm hidden places, and they decided that none of those things were as good as being next to you. A creature that was built to be alone chose to not be alone with you specifically. They changed their biology for your schedule. They took a guard post for your safety. They read your emotions from across a dark room. They marked you as family in the oldest language they know. And every single night, they come back and do it again. None of that is small. None of it is accidental. Your cat has been telling you exactly how they feel about you every night for as long as they have slept beside you. You were just not sure what it meant. Now you do. If this gave you a different way of seeing your cat tonight, share it with someone who loves theirs. And if you want more stories like this one, subscribe. We are just getting started.